Imagine a world where the line between reality and the seemingly impossible blurs. A time not of science fiction, but of ancient fact. A period where the everyday became extraordinary, and technology moved with a grace that seems almost magical. In our modern world, we often marvel at automatic doors, seeing them as a symbol of our technological progress and advanced understanding of mechanical and electrical systems. But what if I were to tell you that these wonders were not, in fact, a modern concept, but a technological achievement of the distant past, with evidence reaching as far back as ancient Greece? This is not about myth or legend, but about a hidden history, a record buried beneath layers of time and misunderstanding. Our exploration begins at a place where ancient ambition reached its peak, the grand Temple of Artemis at Sardis. What if the huge doors of the Temple of Artemis opened by themselves? This is not about myth or legend, but about a hidden history, a record buried beneath layers of time and misunderstanding. A history that tells us that those who came before us were far more ingenious than we often give them credit for. Today, we embark on a journey to uncover this forgotten knowledge, to explore the incredible reality of automated portals, doors that moved seemingly without human intervention, powered by the ingenuity of ancient engineers and their understanding of natural forces. Our exploration begins at a place where ancient ambition reached its peak, the grand Temple of Artemis at Sardis. This was not simply a place of worship, it was a statement of power and a demonstration of the incredible building prowess of those who conceived and created it. A vast pseudodipteros, with its unique design and monumental scale, is said to have been an exceptional example of Ionic architecture. But what if this incredible structure was more than just a collection of beautifully carved stones? What if its entrances concealed mechanical secrets that would astound us even today? What if the huge doors of the Temple of Artemis opened by themselves? Could it be that these doors, moved by some unseen force, were a testament to the engineering marvels of the past? A reminder that the ancients were perhaps more advanced than we dare to imagine. The Temple of Artemis at Sardis was an unusual building. Its construction began in the early 3rd century BC under Seleucid rule, and it was later redesigned after the awarding of imperial cult privileges to Sardis during Hadrian's visit in AD 123-124. The temple had an elongated cella and impressive deep pronaos porches. Its design was distinctive for its dramatic scale, monumental size, and exquisite ornamentation. Could such a sophisticated civilization, with the sheer talent and engineering ability to create such a marvel, have extended its expertise to practical technologies that might seem more suited to a modern age? It is worth noting that the deep pronaos porch design, seen in the Temple of Artemis, is linked to similar design features from the Roman era with ties to Italy.
Imagine, if you will, how these might have functioned. The ancients were masters of mechanical principles.
Levers, pulleys, counterweights. It's as if they had a blueprint for what we consider modern engineering.
Exactly. They harnessed the power of hydraulics and pneumatics, water and air pressure.
So you're saying they could move these massive doors without touching them?
Potentially, yes. They may have designed sophisticated mechanisms that used these principles, turning the impossible into reality. It's not just a question of if they could, but how they imagined and executed such feats.
To think the ancients could have opened these doors with nothing more than the power of their ingenuity.
If only we could see it in action. It must have been a sight to behold.
Indeed. A testament to a world where the boundaries of the possible were constantly pushed. Imagine complex gearing systems powered not by electricity, but by the slow, controlled release of water or sand.
Envision pneumatic devices using the power of compressed air or steam to create movement.
So these technologies might have opened the stone doors without anyone touching them?
Precisely, using a carefully calibrated system of levers and counterweights.
They wouldn't have been as fast or smooth as our modern systems, but
Deliberate, imposing, almost magical to those who witnessed them.
What a sight that must have been.
it's fascinating, really. Today, our automatic doors rely on sensors. Technology we've come to take for granted.
Indeed, motion sensors detect movement, and an electrical motor does the rest, opens the door with speed and precision.
But did they have something similar back then? Or was it all mechanical?
What if they did? Imagine incorporating a detection system into their mechanisms, pressure plates, perhaps, or tripwires.
Dignitary steps forward, their weight triggers a series of levers, a slow, grand opening, almost divine.
It would have seemed magical, like the gods themselves commanded it.
Exactly. A feat not just of engineering, but of theatrical wonder.
It's not just about the mechanics, it's about the experience, the awe it inspired.
A reminder that even then, technology served to elevate the human spirit.
So maybe it's not so different from today after all.
It is possible they used a series of carefully positioned pressure plates or tripwires.
Imagine the elegance of it. A simple step on a concealed plate.
As a priest or important dignitary approached and stepped onto a specific point,
Their weight could have triggered a series of complex levers.
initiating the process of the door slowly opening.
The doors would move with an air of grandeur and mystery.
As if moved by the gods themselves. The temple entrance would transform into an experience, a slow revelation of a sacred and holy space. While there is no direct evidence of automatic doors at the Temple of Artemis at Sardis, it is important to remember that the temple and buildings like it were testaments to the ingenuity of ancient cultures. They represent the best of their engineering skills, their understanding of building materials and physics, and their commitment to creating something that would inspire wonder and awe. This is clear from the temple's ambitious design that included deep pronaos porches set within peristyles which were rare for the time.
It's fascinating, isn't it? The willingness to push boundaries, to innovate.
Indeed, it's a testament to their forward-thinking spirit.
Do you think they could have experimented with forms of automation as well?
It's not completely unreasonable to imagine. Sometimes the most extraordinary ideas stem from the simplest intentions.
It's remarkable to think about the possibilities. What hidden marvels might lie beneath these stones?
The past often holds secrets that challenge our understanding.
The question is not whether the ancients had automatic doors exactly as we see them today. It is more productive to consider how their understanding of mechanics, natural forces, and building techniques might have led them to develop systems that would have seemed truly extraordinary and unbelievable to the people of the time. This is especially true in the case of Heron of Alexandria. Heron was a mathematician, engineer, and inventor from the 1st century AD. He was known for his numerous works on mechanics, pneumatics, and mathematics. He is also noted for his inventions, which include various automata including automated temple doors. According to the source, Heron's work on automated temple doors revolved around the principles of pneumatics, which is the study of the properties and behavior of gases and airflow. He also is said to have explored the use of compressed air and water to create mechanical movements, allowing for the automation of various mechanisms. In light of these facts, it is clear that the ancients had a complex, nuanced, and sophisticated understanding of a range of mechanical systems. It is also clear that they had the ability and the willingness to use those systems to create impressive feats of engineering. The past holds secrets that continue to challenge our understanding. The story of automatic doors is both factual and speculative, urging us to reconsider our view of history and what is possible. It's a story of forgotten ingenuity, reminding us that ancient cultures were not as primitive as often portrayed. It urges us to look beyond what is easily visible and question what we think we know about the past.
There's more to these stones than meets the eye.
Indeed, these people use technology not just for practicality, but to inspire awe and wonder.
A reinvention of lost knowledge.
Perhaps the technology of the automatic door is not just a modern invention, but a reinvention of lost ancient knowledge.
Do you think they had technologies we haven't even dreamed of?
It's entirely possible. History has a way of surprising us.
Imagine if we could uncover more of their innovations. It could change everything we know about ancient engineering.
It's like uncovering a forgotten chapter of history.
Exactly, and each discovery leads us closer to understanding their world.
It's almost like the temple itself is whispering stories to us.
Perhaps it is. We just need to learn how to listen.
Shall we continue our exploration tomorrow? There's still so much to see.
Yes, let's. There's a lifetime of discoveries waiting here.
I can't wait to see what we find next.